A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. United States President Donald Trump has arrived in Scotland, where he is set to engage in crucial trade negotiations with European and British leaders. As he faces a looming tariff deadline on August 1st, Trump has expressed that the chances of reaching a trade deal with the European Union are currently at a 50-50 rate. The president landed in the UK late Friday and is scheduled to meet with Prime Minister Keir Starmer and European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen. Before his departure from the White House, Trump mentioned that he would discuss the trade deal between Washington and London with Starmer, indicating a possibility of improvement in the existing agreement. Meanwhile, von der Leyen described her recent conversation with Trump as good, confirming their planned meeting in Scotland to bolster transatlantic trade relations. Since taking office, Trump has imposed tariffs on imports globally, encouraging countries to negotiate bilateral agreements with the U.S. to mitigate further trade barriers. In June, the UK struck a trade agreement with the U.S. that enhanced access to American goods in the British market, setting a 10% tariff on the first 100,000 UK vehicles exported to the US annually. However, tensions have escalated with the EU, particularly following Trump's announcement of 30% tariffs on EU imports set to take effect on August 1st. European leaders have shown a willingness to negotiate, yet they have also warned of potential retaliatory measures against the US. Trump's remarks on Friday reflected a sense of urgency and uncertainty regarding the EU deal, suggesting that it would require the EU to reduce their tariffs significantly. Beyond the economic discussions, Trump plans to visit his golf courses in Aberdeen and Turnberry during his stay in Scotland, where he intends to host Starmer for dinner. The president, whose mother hails from Scotland, is expected to encounter protests during his visit. The Stop Trump Coalition has organized demonstrations, branding the event a festival of resistance that will feature voices from environmental and anti-war movements. Campaigner Elena Ivanova criticized Trump, stating that while he may engage with Scottish leaders, he is no friend of Scotland, and highlighted the damage he has caused to democratic principles and global efforts to combat climate change. The National, a newspaper advocating for Scottish independence, took a bold stance by labeling Trump a convicted U.S. felon on its front page, reflecting the contentious atmosphere surrounding his visit. Trump's trip comes amid increasing scrutiny over his past associations with the late Jeffrey Epstein, a convicted sex offender. The ongoing scandal surrounding Epstein has cast a shadow over the president's golfing trip, with new revelations about their relationship emerging. Upon landing at Glasgow Prestwick Airport, Trump denied reports that he had been informed about his name appearing in files related to Epstein's case. He further claimed to have not been closely following the Justice Department's interview with Epstein's associate, Ghislaine Maxwell, who is currently serving a 20-year sentence for her involvement in sex trafficking. The president faced questions about possible pardons for Maxwell, stating that it was no time to be talking about pardons and downplaying the significance of the situation. Trump's name has appeared in various contexts related to Epstein, including a contributor list for a book celebrating Epstein's 50th birthday, which has fueled further speculation about their ties. The book reportedly includes contributions from numerous public figures, with Trump's name listed among friends and acquaintances of Epstein. As Trump navigates his visit to Scotland, the Epstein controversy continues to weigh heavily on his presidency. He has publicly expressed frustration over media coverage of his connections to Epstein, labeling reports as fake news. In response to the backlash, Trump has taken legal action against news outlets for alleged defamation related to the birthday book and has called for transparency regarding grand jury testimonies in Epstein's prosecution. Despite the challenges posed by the Epstein revelations, Trump remains focused on his trade negotiations and maintaining his relationships with international leaders. Trump's visit to Scotland is not just a diplomatic mission. It is also a personal journey back to his roots, with plans to engage with local leaders while also grappling with the ramifications of his past associations. The intersection of trade talks, protests, and the Epstein scandal paints a complex picture of a president under pressure, both domestically and internationally. As he meets with Starmer and von der Leyen, the world will be watching to see if any substantial agreements can be reached amidst the backdrop of controversy and dissent. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.